Driving a Model T is very much unlike a modern car. It's nearly impossible to operate a cellular device and drive a machine like a Model T. You have 3 pedals on the floor and none of them are the gas pedal. My name is Seamus Hnat. I'm from Toledo, Ohio, and I'm a senior in the restoration program at McPherson College. A friend of mine in Toledo, Ohio, sadly he's passed away, named John Gottschalk. He had a 1915 Touring, and he said, you should go look at this 1914 that's for sale. And I'm like, John, I can't afford a 1914 touring car. Those are brass era cars. No one, someone's going to college can't afford it. And he's like, I've talked to them. Just go and take a look at it. So I went and looked at it, and original upholstery, top's been replaced, second paint job. I'm the 4th owner. It was built on March 28th, 1914, at the Highland Park plant in Michigan. The engine needed rebuilt. After I had probably put about 500 miles on it, center main bearing had 3 hairline cracks in it. So Joe Bell had rebuilt my engine and transmission for me. I've rebuilt the front axle, rebuilt the steering assembly. Some students rebuilt the rear axle in their drivetrain class. I've hand-stitched the upholstery together on the seats as it's falling apart. Polished the brass, keep up with all the regular maintenance, oiling all the time, filling grease cups. Just fix or repair daily as a Ford would be. I was always fidgeting with things when my dad bought them, or we'd have an old computer, so I would take the old computer apart. Or I remember my dad bought a Dremel once, and so I took the Dremel apart and it did not go back together and it did not work, but he ended up returning and getting another one. So when I was in 6th grade, a friend of mine, Stephen Miner, he lived down the street when we were living in Cincinnati. He had a unicycle, and I thought it was really cool that he was riding it, so he let me borrow it. It took me about 3 months to learn how to ride the unicycle, and then we moved to Toledo, finally bought my own unicycle. And then when I became a freshman here, I saw a 6-foot tall unicycle on eBay for $90, so I ended up buying it. And it didn't take that long to figure out how to ride it. I fell down a couple of times, but then the 3rd time, I ended up going around campus about twice. Unicycles tend to hurt if you ride them over an extended period of time, so it's just best to keep with short trips. A lot of the automakers came from bicycle shops, and so a lot of the aspects that you see in bicycles, you see in the early 1900s cars, and that engineering aspects flowed over into the automobile, and they're just really simple to work on. The brass era stands out profoundly amongst the other eras of cars, I think, because of their personality. They create a sense of wow with you when you're driving. You can just never have so much fun going so slow. I don't know necessarily what totally got me into cars. At a young age, I noticed them going down the street, and they were fascinating. They weren't like the average jelly bean that goes down the expressway. But I met a guy by the name of Ralph in Toledo, and his collection was great. And every day during high school and my days off, I would go and spend time with him. I never really had friends my own age. He was my best friend. Still is a great friend. The best part to get involved into cars at an early age or when you're in high school is to join a car club, because the people around, the people you meet, the opportunities you get are phenomenal. I worked for a collection of 23 cars when I was in high school, but there was Aubers, Duesenbergs, Cords, Thunderbirds, electric cars in the museum, and I didn't know a lot. I would mostly detail cars and do minor work like putting putting electric fuel pump on a 1956 Ford Thunderbird, and I ended up I got to take that car and use it in prom when I was a senior in high school. And you just get to be able to drive amazing cars, and you get to go see collections, and you get to go to museums, and your name gets out there faster if you're in a club and going around, because when those older people come up to you and you're the only young person in the group, it's just it can be overwhelming how much attention you get. I wish I would have got into mechanics younger at an age. Like I said, I didn't get into it much until high school. If I would have been into it more when I was in elementary school and middle school, I could have helped develop those skills more for when I got to the stage of my life where I'm in college. I'll be graduating here in May, and the thought of going out in the real world and facing the real world's challenges, and people expect you to know everything about a car and fixing a car once you graduate college, it's just like, nah, it's still frightening. I wish I could focus more on developing my skills as a whole and becoming a car wizard. As a student from McPherson College, I've been able to really focus on my techniques in restoration, and it's really been able to help me thrive in this career where my passion lies. My name is Seamus Hnat, and happy motoring.